All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Locker Room Talks, Episode 1. I am Ariel.
I'm Liran.
And yeah, this is, like I said,
We
first
are your
episode.
hosts.
Yes.
Locker Room Talks. Brand new sports podcast. We'll be covering mostly basketball, do a little bit of other sports, football, UFC, some music, whatever we want, honestly. Just have fun.
Yeah, not really taking this too seriously, kind of having it casual, just two friends.
In the beginning,
and
at least, yeah.
we like to play basketball, talk basketball. So yeah, we're really just going to keep it about that. So with that being said, you want to just jump right into it, bro?
Yeah, one more thing. Please show support if you guys can. Like, subscribe, help us get started. Comment down below, any topics, anything cool you guys want us to talk about. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
All right, let's get into it. Breaking news today. You saw that Pat Bev got traded to the Lakers. How do you feel?
I did.
As a Laker fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, just so you guys know, so we live in LA, so Lakers are our favorite team. But we do like other teams. We like other players. So we're open to a bunch of different opinions and all that.
Yeah.
But obviously this trade means a lot more to me because it's about the Lakers. So yeah, pretty crazy trade. I can't say I'm too mad about it though. So essentially the trade was Taylor Horton-Tucker, THT, and Stanley Johnson, which Lakers acquired last season when they needed those 10-day contracts and stuff like that. So he was definitely helpful for them at the time. However, I think it was a pretty good trade in the end of the day.
I mean, pretty simple trade. The money was pretty even. No picks or anything involved. Pretty straightforward. So, I mean, a lot of people are bringing up how, we didn't give THT for Lowry last year. But honestly, I didn't love Lowry's play.
No, especially in the playoffs. He didn't do anything.
I didn't feel like we missed out on much, honestly.
No. At first I did. At first I was like, damn. And not even because Lowry was doing that good. It was more because THT was, sucking so bad. We expected him to be so good. And then you see him, It's
what happens a lot, though. Even Kuzma was really good. And then, LeBron came and, his numbers dropped a lot. And that's what, Lakers tend to do a lot. It's we keep them because we think they're so good. And then when, our roster changes, they kind of fall downhill. And it's not that they're bad. It's just they don't fit, the system.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's it. You see so many stars that were with the Lakers and, now they're no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
For example, think of, when Kobe was, in the Lakers, when, right before he, retired and all that. Dude, they sucked. They didn't have anyone. But when you say they didn't have anyone, it was all young players that today
they
actually
just weren't developed.
Yeah, exactly. So they're all in different teams now, and they're all I guess not all. Some of them are doing.
So I mean, I guess you could say we do pretty good with our draft.
I mean, Lonzo is
pretty well.
Lonzo was really good in Chicago.
Yeah, we draft well. It's just and then I mean, we do get valuable pieces in return. We got AD for all our previous draft picks, Ingram, Lonzo.
That's the thing, because Lakers go for win now talent. They don't go for let's build a team for a few years and then see if we can get championships. I mean, that's kind of
there's no point of building when you have such a crazy fan base and such a crazy city that everybody wants to play in.
They have the money. Yeah, exactly. They have the money.
Everyone wants to play here, so.
Yeah, in the end of the day, it's it's the city of LA, and also you're not the Clippers.
Yeah.
So that definitely means something. I mean, some people like to play for the Clippers, and that's kind of part of the reason that makes me a little bit salty about the whole trade, though, is the fact that Patrick Beverly was a Clipper. I just don't like Clipper players.
He does give his heart though to every team that he runs it with. So it's
big problem for me though. He was a very dirty. In my opinion, he's a dirty player. That doesn't change with him coming to the Lakers. That's just a player issue.
But I actually think he's not as dirty and he's smarter now. If you watch him last season on Minnesota, he wasn't that dirty. He played really smart. He was more dirty when he was on the Rockets and the Clippers.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, definitely the Clippers. The Clippers
was
a dirty team in general. But like I mean, I've always just like looked at him like that. Like I've always had that perception of him, and like again, like that Clippers perception, like always like will stick with him. So
Yeah.
that's like obviously like my initial
Yeah.
issues with that. But I do think that he's a good player. I think that he has really good defense, and I think that that's something that the Lakers drastically need for this upcoming season,
Yeah, and
especially if they're going to
leadership.
stay with this roster.
Yeah.
Leadership, especially.
Like he showed that really well with Minnesota, which I feel like that's why Minnesota kind of fucked up by trading him, because they had such a young team, so they needed someone like Beverly. I feel like, but we'll see. And also speaking of Beverly on the Rockets, him and Westbrook had like pretty ongoing beef for like the last few years. So
Yeah.
How do you think that's gonna pan out?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. You know, like I know that you sent me over some Twitter post earlier today. It was saying that there's like that there's like high chances that Westbrook is going to get traded now that Pat Bev came to the Lakers. Now I'm thinking, aside from just like, you know, that opening up other opportunities for like the Lakers and for other teams, I think a big part of that has to do with the fact that they just don't like each other. You know, like they've obviously they've had public beef with each other. Like, you know, nothing's hidden with that.
Yeah, like if Westbrook stays, they're like gonna have to mesh, but like realistically, like
I mean, I don't know if that's true.
they
Westbrook's a hard-headed guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, every time he got criticism last season, he just acted like it wasn't true. Like whoever was saying it was like delusional, when in reality, he was the one that was being delusional. Until this day, he still doesn't own up to stuff like that. So it's like, how will they actually get past all that?
I do think he's gonna get traded actually. So, I mean, I saw a few tweets also that said like it's pretty likely for Buddy, like to the Pacers at least, for Buddy Hield and Turner, and I like that because I feel like we get a full starting five with that, like a pretty deep one.
I thought that we should have had Buddy Hield come before Westbrook even came, like last season. Yeah. So, you know, I'm with you over there. Like,
and
I was there
Turner
way before.
and AD at the 4 and the 5 is like crazy rim protection, like insane and versatile. Like AD can pop out and defend like the arc and stuff.
Well, let's see. So like, let's pull up like the Lakers like roster that they have as of
currently.
Now. Yeah, and let's see like where exactly they're at with people who are actually signed, because a lot of the roster that they had before, like last year, they're still not signed. They're still not
like Carmelo and
exactly. So we have to see like where they're at exactly, and you know like what they're gonna do. Yeah. So I guess let's go with like starting five that we could think of. So I would think Patrick Beverly is gonna be in that starting five now.
Yeah, I mean, with Westbrook, like, are they both going to be starting? How do you think that's going to work? Because you can't really have Beverly a shooting guard or Westbrook because they're not they can't shoot at all. Beverly's a little better, but
Westbrook is a point guard.
Yeah, but so is Beverly.
Well, I mean, but Westbrook doesn't. I mean, sorry, but Beverly doesn't have to play the point guard position.
Yeah, but
I feel like Westbrook kind of does.
But I wouldn't want Beverly at the shooting guard, is what I'm saying, because like. He can't really create shots for himself. He's not a shooter.
So you think he would be coming off the bench?
If they have both of them, probably. But that's why I feel like they got him to get rid of Westbrook.
Okay. I guess we'll have to see like what happens with the whole Westbrook trade. But you know, we obviously have to go based off of their initial, you know, like with the roster that they have now. So let's say he comes off the bench. We have AD, obviously. We have LeBron.
Shooting, and also Lonnie Walker.
Yes.
He's probably going to be starting.
Yes. And then we have Thomas Bryant, which will also be starting at center, I'm assuming. AD will
center, probably center.
Yeah.
AD power forward.
Right. So that leaves the bench, which has basically no depth at this point.
Yeah, really, we only have Juan Toscano. And then we'll have Beverly. And then I don't really know, like... we have our young guys, like
Troy Brown Jr.,
Austin Reeves,
Max Christie,
and Scottie Pippen Jr.,
Damian Jones.
But yeah, that's not really
Pippen
the
Jr.
depth we want. Oh, Kendrick Nunn, bone bruise guy.
Oh, I forgot about him. With, you know, him not even playing last season.
Yeah,
you know, because he bumped his knee on a.
Well, I'm excited actually to see Thomas Bryant, because before he got hurt, I mean, obviously he was a former Laker. In his young years. And then when he got moved to the Wizards, he was really good before he got hurt.
Yeah,
He came back from injury and he's like, but like, let's see.
I'm hoping that he'll be, at least a decent enough to just help them get to help them get by. You know, we do have obviously other great
Honestly, if he
players
could
that would be on
average
the court.
like 12 to 14 points a game, even like
I mean,
few
I'm looking at
rebounds.
him more to even just be like our defensive guy as opposed, because I know that we have people like AD, which if he's healthy can get points up. Obviously, we know LeBron can get points, and
Yeah.
Westbrook at a time was able to, but again, no one. We'll have to see what he'll do. But what worries me a lot is what's going to happen with the center for the bench. Yeah, because
I mean, they have the Damian Jones dude.
I mean,
but yeah, it's not that
like
we usually have someone like a Dwight Howard or like a JaVale McGee that we could rely on.
Exactly.
I don't even know who the free agents available are like left. That's why I'm kind of hoping we get Miles Turner. So I think that trade will help us a lot because basically we're getting 2 players for Westbrook.
Well, so
picks.
Montrezl Harrell is actually a free agent.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
There is a chance that they might.
Great.
It isn't, but there is a chance that they might re-sign. And honestly, I might prefer him over Damian Jones at center, just for the sheer fact that I think he's a better.
Yeah, I mean,
player.
Montrez can get us some buckets.
They're the same height. I'm saying here he's 6'11". I'm pretty sure that's the same height that Montrez is too.
I know Montrez is a little small. I don't know how tall he is though. But yeah, that would help us a little bit. He did get arrested though, so I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't need to talk about all of that.
Hornets team is a little bit,
Yeah, that's
fucked.
Yeah, that whole team is messed up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to get into like that whole organization.
So I mean, we're both on the same page that we want to see the trade with the Pacers.
Definitely do.
Obviously, for the Pacers, that would mean they're just getting picks, and then next year they would have, I think, like $35 million in cap space, a really good amount to go and find someone and sign someone good. But yeah, they're in like full rebuild, so I know they want to get rid of Hield and Turner just for the right price.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that Westbrook's contract is so fat, $47 million for the Lakers.
Yeah,
that's more than LeBron is getting paid. Like that's just like ridiculous.
That's why it's so hard to trade because it's such a fat contract and he's not good.
Yeah, and he performed so poorly last season. It's like nothing can even justify to pay that price unless you're talking about rebuilding, obviously, which is you're doing it just for the picks, not even for that player.
Yeah, and for an expiring contract.
Now, like again, it's kind of sad to see it like this because Westbrook did have his good years, but and it's just like one season where he did really bad, but at the same time,
it's like I feel like it's in his own head though.
Yeah, but who's to say that he's not going to be in his own head the second he steps on the court for the first game this season?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if he goes to a team with like a little less star power, which is what he was more used to, like prior to coming to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like maybe
it's like he was
a little less
pressure.
I don't know. Like we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do think and want him to get traded.
Yeah, he would. I agree with you. He was good in the Wizards last season. I mean, obviously they weren't like finals contenders, but they were a solid playoff team. He brought them
to the playoffs.
Yeah,
like, they were pretty bad seed, and like when he started picking it up, they made it to the playoffs. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like you said, we're on the same page. I definitely want to see Buddy Hield and Miles Turner come to the Lakers. It gives the Lakers a lot more depth. I think that helps solve a lot of the issues that we did have last season. And a lot of people are unhappy with the whole Patrick Beverly thing. They think it was a mistake. I personally disagree. I think if the Lakers really do want to win next season, it's a bold move. Yeah. It's a smart move. And especially if they do get rid of Westbrook and get those two from the Pacers, they will definitely be final contenders.
I mean, you like pretty much used to hate him, and like now you're admitting it. Like you like that he came. So, I mean, that just kind of shows like. I mean,
don't get me wrong. I still don't like him. I just think he's a good player.
Yeah, but I feel like you're gonna end up liking him. Like he's on your squad.
Let's see what he'll do for the Lakers.
Yeah.
But I think that's enough for that, and I think we should move on to the next most pressing piece of news, which I thought was pretty crazy.
Unfortunate.
Pretty unfortunate, pretty crazy. Didn't
but like
I'm
not surprised.
I'm surprised. I did not see it coming. But basically, the visual, Chet is essentially out for the 2022 to 2023 season because of the injury that he had with LeBron in that Pro-Am game in Seattle.
I mean, yeah, we saw the video last week. We didn't really think nothing of it. It was kind of just funny.
Looked like a small little like fall in the.
It feels like that's what's like gonna happen to him like throughout the season. He's just gonna get rammed by like bigger players.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because you see players like you see him come into the NBA and like a lot of people had high expectations, but we both looked at him and we're like, dude, this guy is like super tall and he's super skinny, and it's like, wow, like yeah, like oh that's good, he can make shots for himself. It's like, well yeah, what does that mean when he needs to actually defend someone like LeBron? He barely even fell and then ended up now he's out for a whole season. And
there's also a huge difference in size, like when you're talking like college to NBA, like size of the actual players and like physicality.
Definitely. I mean, and also like college players are no NBA players. Like NBA
most
players
of them aren't making the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. Like the odds of you getting to the NBA are so low. Like you have to understand that when you're coming into the NBA, you're no longer like that top 2 draft pick. Like now you're like the small fish, and like LeBron is basically the shark.
Yeah.
So it's completely different. So coming in with that mindset of like I'm Chet and I'm like this big boss. Like I just came as
he said he was gonna be the best player in the NBA in like a few months.
Yeah,
kind of like jinxed it.
Yeah, and like while I feel bad for him, in the end of the day, like it kind of shows you that like the smallest to fall, like the guy is now out for a full season.
I mean, I hope him like a good recovery, obviously, because like there's a lot of like top 3 to top 5 picks that like missed their first season, and some come out strong, and some it kind of ruins them for the rest of their career. So like I hope it doesn't fuck him over, honestly. Yeah, because it's tough. It's like you're going in, you're like one of the best rookies, and like you want to pop off, and now it's like a whole season you got to just rehab and like.
The sad part is hopefully he didn't even get to play a preseason. Like no one even got to see anything that he could do in the NBA. Yeah, like I mean that's like nothing. Like summer league is like, I mean it's like the rookies of rookies. It's like people are on 2-way contracts even. So like, and to see if you can get that 2-way contract, so like you're not even playing against these really insane NBA players. So I'm not saying that they're not good, obviously, but. It's very different, and like you said, there were some other bigs that got injured their first season. Embiid, or Blake Griffin. And like, I mean,
luckily they panned out.
And I hope that's what will happen with Chet. And like I'm kind of also thinking maybe the whole 1 year, the 1 year of sitting out is kind of an over exaggeration, and that's just to make sure that he will be healthy for the rest of his career. Because like I said, he hasn't played an NBA game. Yeah, they don't want to risk it. So
sometimes it helps to miss a year.
Yeah, because he could be the future of OKC in the end.
And you're also sitting courtside at NBA games. There's a lot to watch. No, I don't mean like as a fun thing. I mean like to learn.
No,
like,
I understand.
There's like a lot for him to learn in that 1 year that he's not gonna play.
Yeah.
And like, of course, it's tough to watch your teammates play, and like they're such a young team, so like their chemistry has to build together. So it's unfortunate, but
I was really excited to see like him and Giddey and
like it'll be Shea
and Shea, like all of them play together. I mean, I thought that was going to be like a super fun team to watch, and I still think it'll be fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, but all 3 of them together, I thought that really would have been a good time to watch a bunch of young players just trying to like learn how to play together. And I truly do think that could be a really good dynamic. That
like they just want to go out and ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like exactly. In the next few years, you never know. You never know what will happen there. If they all really do stick with OKC and turn out to pan out to be like really good players. I mean,
they have an insane amount of picks too every year, like for the next 10 years. So they're set as long as they play smart with their draft and like know who to draft and know who to move and re-sign. Because I mean, if all those players turn out to be superstars, they won't be able to re-sign everybody.
Right. Obviously, I mean their contracts are way too big. But
it's gonna be like the Warriors, like.
Yeah, but it will still give the OKC like a name again back like when LeBron like when KD and like Westbrook and even like James Harden were there, and I really give them like a shot at a ring again.
Yeah, they could get like a new big 3 type thing.
Yeah, you never know, and really like and that's what I'm saying, like accomplish what they couldn't do back then. So I mean it's really cool. Did you see also what Paolo said?
I didn't.
Yeah, he was basically, I'll put up real quick. He basically just like quote
Oh,
tweeted like
like
the whole tweet. He just said
minor
like
for a major.
minor for a major. Yeah, so I mean like it's nice to see
Like
like
minor injury for a major comeback type thing.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice to see that, like, you know, like they have like that respect for each
Mhm.
other, both young players, never seen number one, number two picks. So it's nice to see that, you know, like
Yeah.
there's no like beef there, and that they're pretty wholesome about it. So it was just a
I
nice
wonder how
tweet.
Orlando feels because like Chet was like planned to go number one like the whole time, and then they switched up and chose Paulo, the Magic. So I wonder if they're like relieved right now.
I mean, you never know,
Like,
because in the end of the day, if Paulo doesn't do like great on the
Mhm.
Magic, it's like, you know, they might still think that they fucked up, but they've made good picks in the past, and obviously like Dwight Howard was there as well.
Yeah.
So there's definitely
Yeah, pretty decent picks for them. Cole Anthony, Franz
exactly.
Wagner. But yeah, I think I like Paulo.
Yeah. But yeah, again, like, I mean, like the NBA season hasn't even started, so we'll have to see. Like, you know how like him and DeJounte had like their little thing, their little
Yeah.
beef, and they ended up like squashing all of that. But
Mhm.
I mean, I like that there's still like that like sportsmanship, and then they
Yeah.
kind of also have that like fire. Both of them.
It's a big thing with like social media too now.
Yeah.
That's why like all the rookies are like so like they like to just run their mouth on social media, and like not just rookies, everybody.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
it
DeJounte
it
too.
used to
He's
be
a
just
young player.
basketball. Now it's like more social media and then like basketball. It's
Well, yeah, because
kinda
like
weird.
social media is like everything today.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, that just makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right, so I think that about sums it up for that. I mean, yeah, again, like,
Yeah, just unfortunate.
yeah, you know, like steady recovery for him. I really do wish the best for him.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe in the end of the day, like he will come back before the end of the season, and they're just trying to say this right now to keep it safe.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see what actually happened.
Yeah.
By the way, so that reminded me. So yesterday, and well, actually, so the day before yesterday was Kobe's birthday. Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant's birthday. He would have been, I think,
8/23.
44 years old. Yeah, August 23rd. And
Pretty
then
crazy.
the day after, which is Mamba Day, which, by the way, did not happen after he died.
Yeah.
It was in 2016. Like, he was there. It was like a whole
It was
signing.
after he retired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
they
it was
made it like Kobe Day.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So it's kind of like a happy day, but like kind of sad too.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, kind of
Yeah.
like his birthday. But I mean, obviously, us being like based in LA, like, dude, like, how did it
pretty
make you
crazy?
feel?
Like, I kind of just like always think what he'd be doing today, and like also for his daughter,
Dude, I
where
had
she'd be, because he was kind of making like the WNBA cooler and like all that.
women's
Yeah.
basketball is like as a whole, not even WNBA. Like he had like his whole league, like for
Just-
his
yeah.
daughter. Like
Uh-huh.
I forgot what it was even called. What was it? The Mambacitas? Was that what it
Yeah,
was?
something like that. Like, yeah, in the Mamba Academy. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of that. And I was
like he was doing
when
shit,
I was
you
a
know?
kid, even when you were a kid, like we went to Kobe camp.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like this and this both were
yeah.
were from there. Like, dude, like that means so much to me now, especially now that like he like passed. So it's like,
And I remember like watching like those championship games, and like when he hugs his daughters after, she was like this
yeah,
big.
bro.
Like they were tiny, dude.
Yeah, so it definitely, like, you know, going on Twitter and just driving around LA, you see like you see like purple and gold on like
It's
certain
weird,
buildings,
yeah,
or you
like
see like a
it's-
bunch of people who are just like celebrating the day, and it's like
Mhm.
like you said, like bittersweet. And so yeah, I don't know, like Kobe was just like a huge part of my life, like, as you know.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, like you think of sports in LA, like recent history, it's like just Kobe. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, dude, like I'm going on my
Like, you're not thinking about the Clippers or any of the new football teams here. Like, it's just
Dude.
Kobe.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going on my Twitter, and like I see like all these different posts about Kobe, and like the stuff that he did in basketball, and then stuff that he did outside of basketball,
and
like, the shoes that he
worldwide,
came out,
like
dude, yeah,
in
and, like,
China
everything,
and-
just
yeah.
everything. And it's like, dude, the guy had such a big impact on people's lives outside of basketball, and I think so many people like dismiss that. Like,
yeah, myself, yeah.
Like, dude, like I have
It's
right
like
here
the
like
mentality
the 24
too.
Kobe
Like
tattoo.
it's a mentality, like he taught us, you know.
Dude, yeah, the Mamba mentality, like
Yeah,
straight
like
up.
I'm not.
You know?
I don't dream of being in the NBA like him, but like you dream of being like him.
Yeah, you
Just in other aspects of life.
yeah,
you know?
you wake up and you go to work. You know, like
Yeah.
you go and you do everything that you
Yeah, the
can.
Mamba
and like,
mentality.
I think that yeah, like I said, Kobe was a big impact in my life, and I think like he helped a lot of people just really like aspire to be better than who they think they can
Mhm.
be. So I feel like yesterday and the day before are just like really impactful days, and especially like I said, especially in LA because that's where like the basketball aspect
Yeah.
obviously comes in because um, you know,
And
all the
yeah.
championships he won and everything that he did for the Lakers franchise as a whole
Yeah.
was
The
just
crazy thing is also like modern NBA players and like players that actually played against him and with him like really appreciate his greatness, and like you see that like especially when he passed away,
yeah.
like how much he impacted, like even players that came into the league after he retired and players that only played with him like a couple years, players that played with him for a long ass time, like
Yeah, I saw like Isaiah Thomas
they like
would
appreciate
tweet.
like his greatness and how good he actually was, not just what like people see on TV, but like playing against him, they like they describe it as like greatness, you know?
I'm glad you bring that up. I actually had this tweet that I saw yesterday. It was or I'm sorry, it was on his birthday.
Oh
So it
yeah,
was on
yeah.
the 23rd, 2 days ago. And it was basically a picture of KD and Kobe, and it was like this specific play. It's up on the screen, and
Yeah.
so he says, so he basically commented on it, said, this was a bucket. Being stance was too open. Gave me a hook shot going in the middle. Miss you, my boy, LOL. But I just thought it was like super wholesome because
Like
it's
he
like,
remembers the play and
yeah, you know, it's like even like the smallest memories where like you would just think like, yeah, this is just like some random picture from like a random game. Like KD just remembered that so well, and like it was just so meaningful.
Yeah.
And, like for him and like Jason Tatum, for example, like I know that you know, obviously Kobe was like a huge impact on Jason Tatum, on his game, on his mentality. Like he obviously
Dude,
like,
everyone
truly
wants to
believes
be
in the
like
Mamba
Kobe.
mentality.
Like
Exactly.
you want to shoot like Kobe, you want to, you know,
I mean, yeah, like they're
fade
like
away like Kobe.
at one point there was like everyone wants to be like Mike. Now,
Yeah.
and now in like in this generation, it's like everyone wants to be like Kobe.
You're shooting in the trash like Kobe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess now it's like people want to be like LeBron. Like that's kind of like the newer generation.
Yeah. I feel also
KD.
like Curry, a lot of Curry mostly.
That too. Yeah, dude.
Like how kids
Yeah.
want to play.
Well, I mean, if you're shooting from a three, like yeah, you're yelling Curry, but like
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
And then like I also like listening to the stories that NBA players have about Kobe.
oh yeah,
They're
dude.
insane.
Dude, because like
About his training and like all the behind the scenes shit that nobody sees.
yeah, I don't remember which one where it was, but it was like it was one of those like, I think it was like Olympics or something like that.
Yeah,
and
and
Kobe was like training at like 4 a.m. like after like a
When
night that
they-
they all went out
when they
like
just,
stuff
like,
like
landed
3
and,
hours.
like,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
like crazy and like wake up like Kobe, what the hell are you doing? He's like I'm training like been training for like 2 hours or something like that. Like he came to breakfast.
Yeah,
like
he doesn't
6
do it to
a.m..
show off either.
Yeah.
Like, it's just behind the
It's his
scenes.
mentality, bro. Like it's the
Like he's not gonna go
mentality.
post it on fucking Instagram like LeBron when you know when he's training.
That's
But
the thing, like no one knows about
it's
it
just
unless these
different,
stories,
bro. He's
like
different.
yeah, unless these stories came out from these other players, and it's like also like after he passed, like no one really talked about it much, like about his work ethic, because it's like you know Kobe didn't care I mean he clearly didn't care for that stuff. He never really needed to tell people, yeah, this is how hard I work. Like you could see it.
Yeah.
You know, like when he played with a broken finger, and like stuck it through. Like he didn't even complain about it. He didn't say one word. Meanwhile, you have players today that are talking about how like they have like these injuries.
Yeah.
When they're
Just-
losing
they
the
just wanna
finals and
rest,
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's in my point ridiculous. So it's like,
Do you remember that one play where his finger like came off?
dude, it was
and they stuck it back.
dude, it was disgusting.
That's the type of shit, bro.
But yeah, like exactly, it shows the mentality. It's like, dude, you want to win, you'll fucking go for it. Like it doesn't even matter. Like you're in pain, but like
Or like when he got him into the playoffs when he tore his like ACL.
Dude, and like that's like where like that huge respect for Kobe like comes, and why like you know like those days like really really mean like a lot to me. So it's like, so yeah, like rest in peace to the Black Mamba, bro. Like he'll like always have like
R.I.P.
a like special place, like, you know,
That's
in
why I
my
just
life.
wonder what he'd be doing today. Cause
Yeah.
like I don't feel like he'd be like a coach or like an owner, like
Dude, I see him as like
or like like
no, I see him as like a motivational speaker or something like that.
yeah,
Like writing like
I
a
feel like he wouldn't want to be like really part of like the NBA.
no, I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. Motivational, like
Mhm.
life. Like he'll teach you on
Just
how
like
you can be
around the
successful
world,
in
like
life. Because that's what I'm saying. Like it was he was bigger than basketball. Like
yeah.
he would make you a better person and make you like really like reach your potential.
I agree.
Yeah. So, yeah, Kobe's the goat, man.
Kobe Day, yeah.
Kobe's the goat. But I guess that yeah. So talking about Kobe, that actually brings me into this one list I did see. So well, let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so I think you actually sent this to me. So yeah, it's the top 10 peaks of all time. So I guess it shows like when they had their peaks.
Yeah, like the year of their peak, and then like I guess top 10 of like
who had like the best
who had the
one.
best peak. But yeah, I'm not really in agreement with this list, to be completely honest with you. And even though I'm like obviously biased towards Kobe, dude, like honestly, ever since like after he died, kind of people just kind of forgot how good he was.
And that's the thing. I
when
feel like
when he died, like everyone was appreciating like his greatness, and then like past like a year or two, it kind of just like died down, and I don't know, it's weird.
And
Like
that's
Kobe's peak was insane.
dude, I know, and that's why like I'm bringing up like I saw these highlights, all these clips the last 2 days, and like they're like crazy clips, bro. And it's like holy fuck, like we almost forget that like he did this shit. But
Yeah.
it's like, dude, go back and
Dude.
you're like, no one is doing this shit that he did in the
50 plus
NBA.
points 4 games in a row. And like his team was bad.
But he had
like,
81 points in a game.
He had
Do
a
people
lot
forget
of
about that?
he had a
60
lot
some
of
points.
years with terrible teammates. Like really bad. So I mean, like, I'm not mad about Jordan or LeBron, but yeah, I feel like Kobe should definitely be higher than KG and even Tim Duncan. Like, yeah, bro. I mean, we're talking
look,
peak.
Tim Duncan was a really good player. I could definitely see him being above Kobe. What I'm really not liking on this, initially, is Shaq. Like, dude, Shaq was a really good player.
I mean, dude, let's pull up Tim Duncan's best season.
Okay.
You want me to pull it up?
Sure, but I'll bring up
while you're talking.
My thing is Shaq, bro. Like, look, Shaq being a number 3 is weird to me. First of all,
what year does it say for Duncan, by the way?
2002 to 2004.
Okay.
So Shaq, first of all, his peak is only for 1 year, which is like less.
Well,
than
that's like what it shows. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like his peak didn't span for as long as other ones, which one I think would already discredit him being in top 3. I feel like you would. I would want a person that has like a peak to be longer, because then obviously that's better for the team in general. When was
I have Duncan's stats? You said what year was it? 2002.
2002 to 2004.
So let's say like the 03-04 season. He averaged 22 points, almost 3 blocks, which is really good. 12 rebounds, pretty bad free throw percentage, great field goal percentage. Doesn't show their record here. So I mean, obviously it's not all about stats, but I'm just reading you like when I think of peak, like I'm thinking of like the best the best you ever were. And
so
like
Kobe's peak that it's showing is between 2006 to 2009. So it's not his Shaq era, just so you're aware.
No, yeah, of course.
So, well, I mean, I just want to be clear about that. So, him and Shaq are two different eras.
Yeah. Kobe, 2000. You said it started at 2003.
Kobe was 2006.
In 05-06, he averaged 35.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The year after, averaged 32 points a game. So back-to-back seasons of 30 plus points a game.
But you see where
the
Kobe
only thing is they didn't have great records those years.
Yeah, but where Kobe has his points, Tim Duncan has his rebounds, for example, and he has his blocks, and that's where you could also say Kobe has his assists. So look, I'm not saying that you're wrong for saying Kobe is above Tim Duncan. I think it's actually a very valid statement. However, for me personally, I think I would put Tim Duncan right above Kobe, and Kobe would be like right below him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, also this list is like, I would say Kobe and Duncan had pretty similar careers, and like the fact that they played for one team, their amount of rings. Yeah, but like, so I feel like if you kind of have Tim Duncan at a better peak, wouldn't you just have him better all time? They've had similar careers. Tim Duncan has a better winning percentage.
Not really. I mean, because again, we're talking just about like peak, like. Just because his peak, let's just say, wasn't like in 2005 or 2001, doesn't mean he wasn't good in those years. Same thing with Kobe. Just because his peak was then doesn't mean he wasn't good when he played with Shaq, for example, or in 2010.
But
he was still a good player.
In Kobe's peak, like nobody is stopping him. That's my thing. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. You could say that about any of these players. You could say that about Jordan.
Curry.
You could say that about LeBron James. You could say that about Hakeem. You could say that about Kareem. Like, I feel like you could say that about a lot of these players. But you don't have the same
scoring ability. Like,
that's the thing.
Duncan,
you're not only looking about scoring. When you're looking at all these players, like, you have to also look at them for who they were. Like, when you're looking at Kevin Garnett, are you looking at him for only being a scorer? And then at the end of the day, part of the reason for why he had such a good peak and why he had such a good career was because he didn't have such a great team, in my opinion. He made that team like really good.
I mean, he had a great team in Boston.
No, on the Minnesota.
Yeah, he didn't have much help there, but I mean, they didn't make it anywhere, even with him. But I mean, same with Kobe, obviously, but. I don't know. I guess like when I'm thinking of peak, like I'm thinking about how like dominant they were in those years that they're showing, and like when I'm thinking dominance, I think Kobe should be top 5.
Okay, I could see that. So
I guess just a bucket, like.
So I guess for me he would be probably 6, just because I would put Tim Duncan in the top 5, remove Shaq from there, and then Kobe.
Yeah, I'm okay. It's hard to remove Shaq though. Dude, unstoppable,
dude. But like again, like he only had a peak for 1 year as opposed to everyone else over here who had more than 1 year. First of all, second of all,
I don't agree though that his peak was only a year.
I mean, but we're going based off of this list.
Yeah, based off of this list. If you're just counting that 1 year,
that's exactly what.
Then it's like he was unstoppable.
So you agree with his placement?
I don't mind it,
but do you agree with it? Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you could reshape this, would you put him somewhere else or would you leave him there? I mean, you could even put like Hakeem, let's just say, before him if you wanted to. He'd still be top 5.
Yeah. I'd probably put Kobe. Yeah, for me, like, dude, it's hard. I would say Kobe had a higher peak than Shaq too.
I would put KG at 10th personally. I see KG.
I don't even think Garnett should even be on this list.
I mean, if we're just reshaping this list,
like
from
we're talking
here,
peak, I can give you better players than Garnett.
I mean, it's kind of like my issue. Also, it's like I don't know what they're basing their peaks off of. Like, and that's why I don't even know why he's in here. Like,
yeah,
like it depends like what stats we're talking about.
Like, I don't know. Like I think Giannis's peak is better than Garnett. If I'm being honest, I guess that's not crazy to say.
No, it's not. I could definitely see that as well. But again, I don't even know when this was made. So, it could have been made before. But
no, it's just an interesting list. Like, I don't really, I guess I agree with you where, like, I don't really know how they're ranking it.
Yeah, I can't.
Maybe it's just from the eye test, like, just from what they watched or.
Maybe. But, I mean, Larry Bird would be hard for me just because I really don't know his game. I don't know how he played. I didn't really watch that era.
Beast.
I know he was a beast, but, obviously I don't know, like, his like I saw clips, but I don't know him from like his peak. So that's like a difficult one. Curry, I mean, dude, Curry's a solid player, but when you're going up against people like Jordan, LeBron, and like LeBron is like, dude, like I mean, his peak is like, it's a tough list, man.
Yeah, I mean, his peak is obviously on the Heat.
This is the Cavs.
Think that's the years of the year that they shows him on the Heat.
2012-14.
Yeah. Like that was those were his craziest years.
I mean, I mean,
Like
yeah,
best
like,
defensive years as well. Crazy, like pretty good shooting
but
years.
he had a team with him at that time too. But
Yeah, of course. But like even his individual performance was insane.
yeah, I mean, it's LeBron James, like
He
he's a
was a
beast.
tank.
That's why, like, I'm okay
Yeah.
with him being at second. Like, I'm not. I don't even suggest to move him. Jordan, LeBron, perfect there in my opinion. Hakeem might be able to move. I think Kareem is at a pretty good place at number 5 though. Maybe I would move him to like, maybe I would move him up again. Like, I don't know why it's
Yeah.
tough, but I want to move Tim
Yeah, it's
Duncan
tough
up.
because we never watched them, like, so it's hard for us to say. But I mean, I guess that'd be the same with like greatest like all time lists. Like, obviously, it's harder for us because we never watch like those players. We only see highlights and like
Yeah.
maybe a couple games, but nothing. Like, I like Hakeem a lot.
So so using only the players that are here, just reshaping it. Do your top 10.
I'd probably have LeBron at 1.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising.
Yeah, LeBron at 1, Jordan 2, Kobe 3,
Wow.
Shaq 4, Kareem 5, and then you have. Then I go probably Bird, Hakeem, Curry, Duncan, Garnett.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you put Curry that low too. Like for you, because I
For
know that you're like
now,
a big. You're
yeah,
kind of a Curry.
I
fan,
really
so.
like him. Yeah, but like he's also had like a couple. I don't know what year do they have there. 26. Probably his
15 to
unanimous
17.
MVP year. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's like in those years, he didn't win Finals MVPs, so it's hard. It's hard to say with him. Like he does great in the regular season, and then like in the playoffs, sometimes like performance is a little bit down, but obviously he's still insane.
Yeah.
But like look at the players he's going up against.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame you again. Like, I was just surprised for you because I just know how much you do like Curry.
Yeah.
When we play basketball, I feel like a lot of your game is kind of like based off his game. But
yeah, he's a beast.
if I were to do this, I think I would actually keep Jordan at 1, James at 2. I think that's really fair. I think I would then put.
Yeah, third one's tough.
I'm gonna come back to 3. I would put, I think, Kareem at 4, Tim Duncan at 5. You know what? I take it back. I would do Kareem at 3, Tim Duncan at 4, Kobe at 5. Kobe's in my top 5 then.
Okay.
And then I would do Hakeem after that. Curry could stay where he's at. And then I would do Larry Bird and then KG. Oh,
And
I forgot
one more.
about Shaq.
Yeah.
Sorry. It would be Kobe. And then it would be Hakeem, Shaq.
So you have
And then,
Hakeem
so
over
Curry would
Shaq,
move-
yeah.
Yeah, so then Curry would move down 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bird would move up 1. Bird would stay where he's at. And then KG moves to 10.
Yeah. Bit of a different list.
Yeah, I mean, look, like they're all greats. They all had really
Mhm.
good peaks, I think.
Yeah, and this is all like because we're going by like the years that they have there. So like obviously it's a little tough. Like we have to see their exact like
Yeah.
stats and stuff at that time.
Definitely. But yeah, guys, like we'd love to know if you guys have like a different thought. Like
Mhm.
obviously, like we have different
Yeah.
ones.
And remember,
so
like it's not an all-time list. We're just taking these 10 players and the years they're showing.
the years and basically
Yeah.
like the teams where they were on. So like that all has to go into account. So that's why it's like I feel like it's a super tough one. But
Yeah, it's a hard
I think I'm gonna
list.
stick. I think I'm gonna stick with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to
So-
the next one.
Let's do it. Oh, dude. Before. Dude, look at this. Look at this picture that I saw of Jaylen Brown.
Oh my god,
Bro,
dude! I
like-
feel like this picture like always like somehow like it pops up on my Twitter every few months.
Dude,
Like,
like,
I've been seeing it since last year.
bro, just like I'm gonna zoom in, like, bro.
No, I saw like a meme that said like he the hair from his head is now his beard. Like he's
Hey, but no, like that's facts. Like he definitely blew up.
yeah.
Like
No, there are a lot of NBA players though that I've seen with crazy glow ups.
the thing that we forget though, like about like these players, like bro, like when they're coming into the league, like some of them might look older, but at the end of the day, they're like 19, 20,
Yeah.
21 years old. Like bro,
Yeah.
they're young. Like they have so much time to like actually mature in like their
Yeah.
faces and stuff. I don't even know that picture could be like. I feel like he's like 16 there, bro. Though.
You know the video of Tatum tying a tie on YouTube? Have you
No.
ever seen that? Dude, it's hilarious. It's
Wait,
like him when
I'll
he's
pull it
like
up.
young as hell and teaching you how to tie a tie. And then like it also just resurfaces always like
Wait. All right, let's watch this.
dude, this was like before any fame. Like
He just like wanted to do YouTube or something.
I don't know. I guess he was happy. He knew how to tie a tie.
I don't understand.
No, yeah, like he'll come up.
Where are you, Jason?
How long is the video?
Like a minute.
Oh yeah. All right, good.
Oh, minute 45. He's showing all the different knots. All right. I don't care. Oh, okay. There it is.
Going live. Today I'll be showing you how to tie a forehand knot. This is how you start off. Narrow it down here. Grab it. Narrow it under your once. And then you do that twice. Then you bring it up.
Bro, you feel like he's like
Dude,
embarrassed
it's
when you like
just
watch
funny
this
because
shit?
like dude like it always comes up when something bad happens. Like he plays like shitty in the playoffs, they pull it up, or like they talk about like trading him, like they pull it up. It's just funny. Like it's never gonna leave.
Bro, the internet is a mean place.
It's not even like a bad video. It's just fucking hilarious.
Bro, he looks so young though.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. He has like almost the same haircut as like Jaylen Brown, except it's just not as tall.
That hairline's a little bit fucked.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, forehand. You gotta talk louder.
It's like not even on his collar. That's it.
Beautiful.
I guess the Celtics are just a meme team. What do you have? Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
this one's really hard. Like you can give me 4 answers, maybe 3 here that I wouldn't like. I can agree with.
Well, we're going to have to narrow that down to like 1 or 2 because that's too broad. So, let's see.
I'm saying if you were to tell me, like there were 3 different versions you could tell me where I
Oh.
wouldn't be mad
I see.
at like what you're saying.
Okay. So, let's start off with the question at hand first of all. So, it's all 6 were if all of them were at their peak, so you know, obviously at their best on the best team,
Yeah.
who would be on the bench?
Well, I mean, even so now we know clearly your peak could even be 1 year. So
Yeah.
we're literally judging.
No,
off,
like, yeah, like best season that you ever
yeah,
had.
like it doesn't matter how your career went.
right.
Obviously.
So first of all, I want to ask, do you agree with like the jerseys that they're wearing? I guess for the ones that you could
For
you could
like
say,
their peak.
yeah. Or would you say that they had
Yeah,
different ones? Like,
yeah,
for
yeah.
example,
I
like
mean-
Melo or
Yeah,
or
I think
like
they're all
AD.
fine. Like, yeah,
Chris Paul,
Melo. You
obviously.
can either go like late Nuggets year or like early Knicks year is fine. Like Chris Paul too, but yeah, I'd say Clippers was probably his best.
Yeah.
AD,
Yeah, they had Lob City.
as
that
a
was
whole,
definitely
the
good.
Pelicans was his best, but I do think his bubble year was like could be his best year.
Dude, come on.
Why?
I don't think so personally. I think that there were a lot of like extenuating circumstances that like made it so that he came off as like a much better player. Like in terms of like the league itself, like a lot of injuries that were happening at the time, and a lot of people, not that I agree with it, but a lot of people say like bubble year was like a fake championship. But you know, when you have all of that and all that talk going around, it's kind of just hard to justify that it was his best season and all of that. It just makes more sense because we had like, I guess we were really able to see everything that he was able to do on the Pelicans when he was like really dominant there.
Yeah, but like also they like really didn't have good records, missed the playoffs a lot. So like,
But
how good really
but
was
he had
he?
LeBron on the Lakers, so it's like you can't
Yeah, and
take
he's
that.
still. I don't know. I think he had a better season than LeBron even that year.
All right, well, regardless,
But anyways,
let's go based off of this.
what do
being
you
from
think?
the Pelicans, I guess.
Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll go off the jerseys they're wearing, but or whatever you think is their peak. Who do you think is a lock?
So let me ask you: are we looking at this just based off like the individual player, like also like starting five? Like you need like a point guard and
Yeah,
shit
like
that.
they have to play together. Like,
Okay.
so I mean, I have 3 locks. To me, it's Chris Paul, AD, and Dwight Howard.
Chris Paul. Wait, that's who you would keep on the.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris
Like,
Paul,
yeah.
AD, and Dwight Howard.
Yeah, you have one of the top point guards of all time.
So I was personally gonna say I would bench Dwayne Wade. Like if I were to pick one player, I think Dwayne Wade.
You think Wade? Yeah, I don't disagree with that because, I mean, yeah, because what I was gonna say is you can either bench Wade, Melo, or T-Mac, and it'd be fine with each one. But like, if we're looking at just peak, like T-Mac's peak year was like Kobe.
Dude, that's
Status.
why I can't put him
And then
there.
like Melo scoring is absurd, like, and big bodied. Like Dwayne Wade's scoring was also really good, but he was never a shooter. He does have good defense, so that's a tough part. But like you already have Chris Paul, AD, and Dwight with crazy defense. Like I don't feel like you need Wade. So then if you have T-Mac as shooting guard and Carmelo as small forward, you get a lot of scoring.
You get a lot of big space while still having a small. So it's like you get rid of Dwayne Wade. You have Chris Paul, which is like a quick, agile guy. He could obviously make for himself like a easy jumper.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like I trust him to take that any day. Melo, like, dude, automatic catch and shoot. Like at his prime, bro. Like, come on, like.
Yeah, people forget because they see
Dude.
Melo now and they're like,
Yeah, like, dude.
and like even now
Yeah,
he
even-
can score pretty
Dude,
easily.
he was hitting
like,
nice threes. He had a high 3%.
like if he's posting you up, kind of like a 10 to 15 footer, like it's almost cash every time.
Oh yeah, dude. He could pull up baseline.
He's
he
so
could pull
tall
up-
too.
Yeah, exactly.
bodied.
That's why I think what is he like 6'9", 6'10"?
Yeah, something
Something like that, bro. Like he has that height advantage, and yeah, bro, he's just a shooter. Like he's just an automatic shooter. T-Mac, bro, yeah, like you said, like bro, like in his
Yeah, I
peak
feel like
season,
T-Mac,
dude.
like prime peak is just a better version of D Wade.
Exactly. Like when I look
And
at
no
this
discredit to
list,
D Wade.
No,
like,
not at
top
all. But it's
3
like,
or 4 shooting guard of all time.
you have the height. You have like again, we're looking at peak. So it's like during that.
yeah,
During
if it was
T-Mac's
whole
season,
career, obviously you take Wade. But like if I'm talking peak, they could be just 1 year.
Then
Yeah, I'm taking T-Mac.
Then you have AD, which is in his peak, bro. Like literally one of the best two-way players in the league,
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, and so is Dwight.
bro. Like yeah,
And you
yeah,
need a
Dwight, like,
center.
I don't even. Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, well, that's the thing. You look at this list and you say, can you have a starting five with taking Dwight Howard out? You still can. It's still a very solid starting
Yeah.
five. I wouldn't take him out though personally because I think it's just
You
so
don't
smart.
need Wade, T-Mac, and Carmelo also.
It's so smart to have like an AD and a Dwight on the same team because
Mhm.
AD doesn't need to play that center position. Actually, he plays better, I think, when he doesn't play that center position.
Yeah.
And that allows Dwight Howard to obviously do what he does best. Like we forget that in the bubble year, he helped us. He helped the Lakers a lot.
Yeah, and that was not, and we're not even talking prime there.
Bro, he wasn't even expected to be in the rotation.
Yeah.
JaVale McGee was supposed to help us out, but at the end of the day, he didn't help us.
No, yeah, Dwight on Orlando was insane.
Yeah, so it's like
one of the best modern big men I've seen.
yeah.
Again, it didn't last, like his prime didn't last long, honestly, but it was, dude, he was a beast.
So
Almost unstoppable.
now let's just say that you keep Dwayne Wade in here.
Who am I taking on next?
Who are you taking out next? Are you doing T-Mac or are you doing Melo?
Yeah, dude, that's the thing that's so hard with T-Mac. Because, like, his prime was so short. Oh, fuck.
I think I'm
Probably-
taking Melo out, bro.
Yeah, like, it's hard to say, but yeah.
It's a very tough one, but I think I'm taking Melo out. I think that in the end of the day, they could both make shots for themselves. They could both you know, if they need to get the ball to someone else, they're able to do that. Like,
Mhm.
bro, like in their primes, like all these players are insane. So it's like, it is a tough one.
Yeah, peak. I look at T-Mac just like Kobe, like to me. And that's why I probably keep him in there.
Because Melo is more,
Like if
more
we're-
a shooter.
Yeah, and back to like what I was saying. Career wise, I'm taking Melo any day. Career wise, T-Mac would be off this list.
Yeah, well, that's why we're not looking
Yeah,
at career.
that's why
like,
it's such a
just at
hard
their
question.
peak.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, dude, like Dwayne Wade, and same with Chris Paul. Like, regardless of rings or not, like, bro, the guy has consistency and like his shot all the time.
Yeah.
And he's just a great point guard in general. Bro, Dwight
Yeah.
Howard was a beast on Magic for a decent amount of time, and AD, like, you know,
Yeah.
different story, but you know,
Yeah, you have to keep him.
I mean, yeah, I would keep him over T-Mac
two-way.
regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, for the two-way, yeah, exactly. Just for like the two-way, the fact that he could do such good defense and
Yeah.
offense, yeah. I mean, I think it would be dumb to take him out of it.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I have this one thing that I saw, dude. I like at first I thought it was a joke. It was like, so Andre Drummond says, like a quote, "I'm on my way. By the time I retire, I'll go down as the best rebounder ever, if not already."
When was this?
Bro, I don't know when he said this, but it was a few days ago that it was actually like tweeted about. And bro, like, yeah, like, I thought it was a joke because it was like on NBA
Mhm.
memes, but then like I
Yeah.
looked it up on like Google and stuff, and bro, like, no, like he actually said this, and I was like, dude, like, are you serious? So I started like looking up the actual stats of this guy.
The thing is, he's saying by his end of his career, like, from now till then, he's barely playing. So like, what's gonna change?
That's the thing, yeah. Like, bro, like the guy is not like some defensive monster. Like, bro, like,
And it's also, are you looking at it like when you're saying you're the best rebounder? Is it just the amount of rebounds you get? Because I don't look at it like that. I think it's like how impactful, like your rebounds are too. Because dude, like if you're on the Pistons, when he was in his prime, getting 20 rebounds a game, it's like, so what?
well, I mean,
Like,
obviously you would get a lot of rebounds there, but it's like, okay, so the picture that it was showing is like Dennis Rodman. Like, yeah, that's a good example. Dennis Rodman was
Mhm.
on Chicago, bro. Like anyone can get rebounds on that team. MJ, like Scottie Pippen, like, and also at that time, I feel like players were like, at least they looked taller. I don't know if they actually
I
like,
don't know.
if they actually were, but regardless of that, yeah,
But-
I think that it's
yeah.
a lot more impactful when you're doing it for a team like the Chicago Bulls when you're gonna win a championship than for a team.
Yeah,
like
to say the
Pistons when-
best, like, because after he left the Pistons, he was just getting a normal number of rebounds.
Yeah, bro. When he
like,
came to the Lakers, he didn't do
on
much.
the Cavs and the Lakers, like, dude.
Even on Brooklyn, I mean, Brooklyn, I feel like he did a little bit more. But even then, like, I mean, looking at this
Like,
list,
dude, it's Andre Drummond.
Looking
You're
at this list,
definitely
bro.
you're not even top 10.
first person is Rudy Gobert at almost 15.
This was how much last year?
This was in
Their last year averages?
Yeah, so 2021 to 2022 season. So you have, with a minimum of 57 games played,
Okay.
the top. This is the most amount of rebounds like average per game. So you
Yeah,
have Rudy
yeah.
Gobert 14.7. Dude, going down the list, dude, Andre Drummond is second to the right at 9.3. Basically, and he's tied with with who's that? Poto.
Bobby Portis?
No.
Oh,
Poto.
Jakob Pertl.
Yeah. Oh, Pirtle.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's not in his prime anymore. He doesn't get that many minutes, so his numbers aren't going to be high. But it's still just the fact that he said that. I mean, it's just funny.
I mean, yeah, like look
Like,
at so then like look who's going up against. You have people like Jokic. Like, yeah,
Like,
bro, like Jokic is gonna get rebounds on the
like
Nuggets.
we're talking like, I'm thinking Rodman, like Dwight Howard in his prime,
Yeah, bro.
Hakeem in his prime. Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain, like
That's why it's such a bold statement. And like they had like crazy careers behind them. Like, bro, like they were in the NBA for like a long time. Like,
yeah.
why does Andre Drummond believe that he's gonna be in the NBA for like such a long
Yeah.
amount of
and
time?
what
to-
is
to
what
make
like
him-
what does that even give you, like, to accomplish that? Because you haven't done anything.
Yeah, it's like at least like yeah, like when
So
when
so
Dennis
even if you're
Rodman
the
says that
best
he was like one of the best
rebounder, yeah.
rebounders, like bro, he has championships to say. Yeah, like I could back that shit up. Like I helped my team with that. Andre Drummond, what the fuck did you do to
Yeah.
help your team at the moment with your
It's
rebounds?
like to say if
Your-
you were
or
the
your
best
teams in the
defender of all
past.
time. Like, if for someone to say you're the best defender and like haven't accomplished anything, or anything you say you're the best at, but you haven't accomplished anything, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, 100%. Because like because if
It's
like
you're not the best.
yeah, because if like Drew Holiday, for example, went and said like I think I'm one of the best defensive players.
Yeah, or like the best guard defenders. Like,
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
know, I okay, like you have a little bit to back that up.
Yeah.
Like you know, when you definitely helped
yeah,
the Bucks out,
Yeah.
and you guys won a championship, and you were a big part of that. Obviously, like he was a big part of that last season too. But the fact that they didn't have Middleton kind of
Mhm.
screwed them over too. But aside from that, like you could even say Marcus Smart. While they didn't win a championship, he got them to the finals, I believe. I mean, he was
yeah, and
injured
he
for a
won
certain
Defensive
part, but
Player of the Year. Like,
yeah, and that means a lot, especially when you're like not a big man. You know, it's a lot
Yeah.
easier, I feel like, to win a Defensive Player of the Year when you're a bigger person
Yeah,
because
'cause,
you can
dude,
get more blocks. You can get
think
more.
about it. On the Pistons, you're getting so many offensive rebounds because that team sucks.
Yeah,
A lot of missed shots. Like, obviously, you're the only tall person on the team. You're just like, yeah, just go grab a rebound, but it's not impactful.
yeah, exactly. So it's like then you have to look at like the amount of steals that you can get and like you know like what you're actually doing. It's like is that steal coming at the right time? Is that block coming at the right time? You know, are you when you're boxing out and getting those like rebounds? Like, does it really matter? Because like Rudy Gobert, yeah, dude, you have the most amount of rebounds, but like, does that really matter as much as like the ones that like Jokic was getting or like even Giannis? And Giannis is like 5th or 6th on here. But like it mattered to feel like a lot more to Milwaukee that Giannis was getting those rebounds as opposed to Rudy
Yeah,
Gobert.
because Rudy's just standing there waiting for rebounds and
Yeah.
putbacks. I guess, yeah. I mean, that's why, like, with Rodman, it's a lot different also because he wasn't even that tall. So it's like he was hustling.
Yeah.
Like, Rudy's just there, and, like, Drummond, they're just, like, ready to get a rebound. So, I don't, you know, it's
Yeah.
like that's what you're expected to do.
Yeah, and going back to like what you said, like I mean, back it up too. Have shit that says like, yeah, this is why I also think I'm the best rebounder, bro.
Yeah.
Averaging 9 rebounds a game does not tell me that you're one of the that you're going to. Because he says if not already. How does this tell me if
nothing's
not
gonna
already,
change
bro?
Ever since he left the Pistons, he's been trash. So who even knows if he was ever really good? Like,
Yeah,
you shined on a really bad team, and after that, you didn't have one good year. So
that's the thing that you have to look at. Like, you know, when like LeBron won a championship on the Cavs, like Cavs weren't good. Like Kobe won a championship
yeah,
with the Lakers. I mean, when he had Powell, like yeah, he had Powell, but like really the rest of the team was role players. Like in the end of the day, it was Kobe and Powell. Like and it was mostly Kobe in that aspect.
Yeah.
And like you have Milwaukee when they won, it was Giannis essentially that won that. While he had supporting cast, like it was really that one player. So, yeah, I'm totally with you there, bro.
no, it's just funny. Like that's just a funny thing to say.
Yeah, because I mean, you're playing with like goats, bro, that like really are the best rebounders of all time, and it's like
Yeah.
for Andre Drummond out of all people to come and say that, I was just baffled. So, yeah, I mean,
It's like worse than like Draymond saying he's the best defender of all time. Like you could argue that, there's things you could argue, but like that.
speaking of Draymond, bro, he's
There's no
such a
arguing.
LeBron
Yeah,
cock muncher,
dude, that
bro.
shit's funny.
So
Did you see the
weird,
thing I sent you today where it's like Draymond just changed his name to LeBron James Jr.?
dude. He's so dude. That guy is so
Dude,
weird.
He's like my king. Like it's a little weird.
it is weird, bro. Like
And
I
like
don't know.
especially because they used to go at it like in the finals and stuff. It's like you could have respect for each other, but you don't need to be like dick riding.
Yeah, but it goes back to like what you were saying about like the whole social media aspect. Like, bro, if it wasn't for like social media, like it wouldn't be
because
like
back
that.
then there was like real beef.
Hell yeah, bro.
Now it's like it's just for the media.
Yeah, I saw this one meme where it'd be like, like old heads if they saw like how like how like the NBA is today with everyone on social media and stuff, they'd be like pissed because they're like they all had like rivalries and stuff, and it's like when they were like in the finals, like no one liked each other, everyone hated each other, and it's like today you see people like with these like Twitter beefs while they're in like the
they
finals
were just
and
like in the
stuff, and it's
finals,
like,
Warriors and Celtics, and then they were all at like Draymond's wedding.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like
it's
Jason
like,
Tatum was there.
I'm not mad. Like you could be friends. It's just so funny to see.
You would never see that back
yeah.
then. Yeah, so
Like the old heads are only friends now that they're like old.
and now that they're retired,
Yeah,
no
they're
longer have
like,
rivalries.
fuck it, whatever. Like we'll talk.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that about covers it, I think, today, bro. Like,
Yeah, not too much news in the off season.
if you guys
but
but this list, yeah, if you guys think that Andre Drummond is gonna go down as one of the best rebounders,
top
if not
5.
the best, dude, please let me know. We'd love to have you on the pod. Understand
Maybe a
your
little special
your thoughts.
interview.
Yeah, maybe we can get like someone to help you out. But anyway, yeah, I think that about covers
Wraps
it, bro.
it up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard during the off season because there's not like a lot of like breaking news and stuff. But
Hopefully we see more trades. So like we said, like the
yeah,
Russell Westbrook one.
I'm excited to see what will happen with the Lakers, obviously, because that's our team, and like, but also with the rest of the league. Let's see,
Well,
if
yeah,
anything
'cause
cool happens.
Something that we didn't mention actually was that like Brooklyn, if no one knows, like they're actually they decided they're
Yeah.
gonna stick with their roster. So like chances of Kyrie coming to like any team really, and like
Pretty
and
much
KD going to a different team,
to the
they're
trash.
pretty much dead as of now. So
Yeah, it could change, but
yeah. So I mean,
I'm excited to see them run it. See how
I
that
think-
team works. We've never seen it.
yeah. I mean the thing is like they were always going in with a dynamic of like having James Harden. Now they have Ben Simmons.
Completely
So
different.
it'll be a
Like,
very, very different
Yeah.
roster. We'll see how they play with play. Who's gonna bring the ball up?
Mhm.
You see the thing
yeah.
Ben Simmons.
No, it's not about that. It's just what I want to say is that like I never thought like Harden and Kyrie would be a good fit. Also,
No, I
because,
didn't
like,
either.
Harden transitioned more into the point guard role in like the last few years of his career, and like obviously that would affect Kyrie.
Right.
And Kyrie's also like kind of a ball hog.
Well, they're
And,
also
like-
both like hard heads.
Yeah.
And KD, bro.
Yeah.
Like having like 3 hard heads, like that doesn't work. And like that was like the
And like a first time coach, and
Yeah.
Steve Nash. So
That was, like,
I'm
kinda
more
like the
excited
issue
to
I
see
had
like
with-
this version. I never had high hopes with the Harden Durant Kyrie Nets.
No, I didn't either. I knew that there was gonna be a
I
lot
don't
of
have high
issues.
hopes here either, but I have better hopes.
Do you
So-
see them? Do you see them as like championship contenders though?
Not really because of their depth, but I mean they are gonna get Joe Harris back from injury, who they had out all of last season, and they have Seth Curry.
He's a really solid role player. He's a helpful
yeah.
asset to them, bro.
I'm not
I don't
sure
think he gets
exactly
enough
who
credit.
else they have. A bunch of old heads too.
Evan Fournier.
No.
Yeah, I don't see them getting too far, to be honest with you. I'm excited to see like how that goes, but like Kyrie had like his whole vaccine issue where like he didn't even want to play at that point.
Yeah,
It's
with
like
him,
while I can
yeah,
understand that
He can have a new excuse every year.
yeah,
so
you know, like,
it's not just that.
he's a very he's a very questionable player as is, and same with KD. Like the guy wants to trade every other day, so it's like halfway through the season, the
Yeah.
guy could just decide he's not happy anymore. Like
Yeah.
he just had issues with Steve Nash.
Simmons could go back into like his fucking like depression and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, bro. I mean, let's see if he'll. Is he cleared to play yet?
I think.
I guess we'll see how they do, bro.
Yeah.
Season's coming up soon, like less than 2 months, I think. So, bro, like I'm
Yeah,
really
hopefully we'll have
excited.
like some more topics like when preseason starts and all that. And for now, like we'll keep doing these like charts and like comparisons, like starting fives and who do you think's better.
Yeah, they're always fun
Hopefully,
to do. Always
we
fun
could
to
get
compare.
some heated debates soon.
And get some special guests
Yeah.
here as well. We have some other friends that love to talk basketball and have
yeah,
some
we'll have some
interesting
people
takes.
on for sure. And beside that, like please comment topics or like let us know what you think we should change or work on if you guys like it, like how it looks and everything.
Yeah, and that's the first episode
pretty
of
fun.
Locker Room Talks.
That was good.
Yeah, we'll be back
We
next
always
episode.
try to do once a week at least.
Yeah, I think so. And
All right. Cool.
yeah.
See you guys.
Peace.
Peace.